All right, if you've got carpal tunnel, you're gonna wanna pay attention, or weak wrists, here is a quick routine, no equipment that you can do daily, loading the wrists, and let us know if you see any improvement. This is a short one. Again, all I've got here is a mat, and we're gonna follow along and do this one together. The first thing that I want you to do is soft knees, and I want your hands on the hard floor, and we're gonna splay them out from side to side, but you have to keep your shoulders stacked directly on top of your hands the entire time. Place them there, splay the fingers, grip the ground, and we're just gonna gently start rocking back and forth. As I rock back and forth, I'm pressing my fingertips into the ground, and that's what's driving the movement, not just leaning back and forth from side to side. Back to center, and let's start some small circles, and each pass, I'm expanding the range, making that circle a little wider and a little wider. Again, I'm pressing through the fingertips, and that's what's driving the motion. Make sure that you're not working into pain on the closing angle side. Should be a stretch. You can feel some compression there, but let's keep the stretch to the front side and avoid pain. Just make the movement a little bit smaller for now. And let's do the same thing in the other direction. Small circles, making them larger and larger, keeping the shoulders stacked over the hands. Beautiful. Good. From here, I want you to be careful on this one. We're gonna move back onto the mat, and we're gonna place the hands here. If you can, try to lock out the elbows. If the elbows are bent slightly for now, that's fine. Or you can try one hand at a time. That might make it a little bit easier. But for the rest of you, we'll go here, lock out the elbows, and be very gently a little closer to the knees than when we were palms down. And we're gonna do the same routine, gliding back and forth. Keep those elbows locked, pits of the elbows facing forward. But we do wanna start to load this side of the hand. We wanna treat both sides equal and opposite. But this one, just be a little more careful because we're not used to applying pressure here. And we'll start with our small circles. Each pass, try and expand that circle, drawing a circle in the center of the chest, making it larger and larger with each pass. And let's start at the center, and we'll go the other way. Same thing. Making the circles a little bigger each pass. Not working through pain, but we do want to load the wrists gradually and progressively. As the wrists get stronger, we apply a little bit more load. Next, I'll just angle this way a little bit. We're going to go on the floor, and I want index finger facing forward under the shoulders. Push the ground away, pits of the elbows forward. I'm going to lean my shoulders forward, and I'm going to press my fingertips to come back this way. Forward and press. Make sure there's not even a micro bend in the elbow. If the elbows are bending, then don't go quite as far. And we're going to continue to pulse, seeing if you can lean a little further and a little further each time. Good. Let's do this 5, 4, 3, 2, and this last one we're going to lean and hold, pushing the ground away, lock the elbows, continue to hold. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back and only lean back as far as you need to get the fingertips to hover off the ground. Keep the elbows locked, straighten out the fingers and hover. Good. Lean forward a little bit more, but don't touch, don't bend the elbows. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the mat, and we're going to go fingers facing you, elbows locked, and pits of the elbows facing forward. And now we're just going to stretch that out, stretch out the extensors of the hand. Just a few pulses. Good. And lean and hold. Perfect. Good. Actually, I'm going to take this off. I should have done that from the beginning, but just so it doesn't get in the way. Next, we're gonna face the fingers this way. Good. And elbows locked. And now we're just gonna pulse back this way. Stretching out the extensors. Try and keep the entire palm on the ground. Work with what you've got. Your starting point is probably going to be much different than mine, maybe. But gradually over time, we'll continue to load. And let's hold in a stretched position. And from here, what I want you to do is, I want you to start to bend the elbows. And once the palms have to peel off, let them peel off. Thumbs can come off the ground. But I want you to try and keep all 4 pads of the fingers onto the ground for as long as you can, and see how deep you can get your elbows before the fingers peel off the ground. Good. Again, don't work through pain, don't go through extremes, work with what you have for now, and daily, slowly, as these things start to open up and we load them progressively, you should see improvements for sure. All right, we're gonna do 2 loaded mobility drills. The first one is the wrist flexion raise. So we're going to start from the base of the palm. We're going to hold our weight there, and we're going to transfer weight into the first knuckle. So from here to here. Index finger facing forward, rotate the pits of the elbow forward. And I want you to come up into that first knuckle and control slowly on the way down. We're going to do 10 repetitions here. Make sure that the shoulders are stacked over the hands. Okay? Because if I pull the shoulders back and I do this, there's no weight on the hands. And the way that we measure progress is we slowly move the knees further and further back, and that makes it more challenging, but only if the shoulders are directly on top of the hands. So be really mindful of that. If you're not sure, set up your camera, video yourself from the side to keep yourself honest. 10 repetitions here, nice and slow, controlled eccentrics, lowering. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to make a fist. Thumb goes to the outside of the fist. We start here. We're going to unravel the hand this way, flare the elbows, shoulders on top of the hands, and back up. This one, we want the hands closer to the knees, shoulders still stacked over the hands. Just be a little more cautious with this one, but I still want to load the hands as much as possible. Good. We'll do 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to wrist flexion raises. Rotate the pits of the elbows forward. There you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one here. Unravel, then flare the elbows. Keep the shoulders on top of the hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you have it. That's your 10-minute daily wrist routine. You can do this. You can start by doing this a couple times a week, and then slowly, as the wrists start to adapt, start to increase the frequency. You can do this daily. Just be mindful. Make sure that the wrists are recovering in between before you go through this again. But trust me on this one. Spend some time here. Do this safely and progressively. You can see some meaningful change in the wrists. I hope you enjoyed.